Well, hello everyone, my viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If it's evening in your place, I know we're everywhere. So I just want to make sure everyone is invited and welcome here. It's time to create your influence. You know, you have influence, but a lot of times we don't really do something with it. So now is the time to create your influence and do something with it because you are amazing. So today we have a guest, and she is an author. She is also a life coach and, of course, a mom, right?
Actually, no, I don't have any kids.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. You
Wait,
know, I
maybe
mean,
I
no, women. I want to do that sometimes because, just for the fun of it.
am. Right.
And no. So here I want to introduce to you without further much ado, Miss Donna Erven. Hello, Donna.
Well, hello there, Vat. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me as a guest. I really appreciate it. I was looking forward to this. So definitely nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. And hey, we're women on the rise
Yes.
to create our influence. All right. So, um, yeah, just to kind of get to know you, uh, why don't you tell something about yourself?
Okay. All right. Well, um, I am, you know, actually, I will just start out with I love to travel. I love to camp. I'm an outdoor girl. And I grew up in New Mexico, which is actually part of the USA. I like to say that because some people think I'm actually from Mexico, but I am from the United States. And I grew up here, and I, like everybody else, I started out going to school, doing the corporate world thing, and thinking that I was going to make it to the top and everything like everyone else, getting a job. And what's crazy is when I followed, I spent a lot of my life being the follower, I guess you could say.
That's a good uh, point because you're right. A lot of us are good followers.
Mm,
Hmm. Go ahead.
definitely. And I did. I followed those this path that everyone else said I should do. Go to school, graduate, go to college, get a job. I did all the things, and I wasn't happy. Deep inside me, I've always been a very creative person, like even in school, even as a kid, now even I've always been really creative, and I've had a lot of talents that over the years I kind of sort of just, I guess, pushed down
Hmm.
because society said I wasn't good enough, I wasn't worthy enough, and I
Hmm.
followed, like I said, and I was shy, believe it or not. I was a very, very shy
But
person.
I want to cut you off there. I want to just point out that I love the way you said that I have a lot of talents, you know, because now I have seen a lot of people who has a lot of talents, but they don't seem to see it. You know what I mean? And they just think, oh yeah, I'm just trying to help, or I'm just doing this for because I know it. But hey, that's your talent, and you have to be, accepting, owning it, and love it and enjoy it. And like you said, I have a lot of talents, and we all have a lot of talents. We just have to use it
Right.
to, you know, for yourself, or let's say help others. There's many ways. And so I want to point that out because for all the women out there, a lot of times women don't get what talents and they just, yeah, I'm good at it, but yeah, just like that. Which is really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Sad to even think about it because if you have a talent, and you're not uh, taking advantage of that talent, then your is going to sit there and wait.
Hmm.
But if you use your talent, you are giving service to others by sharing what your talent is. And if you're not, then you're giving this service to those who might need it, you
Right.
know? So
Yeah.
I want to point that out, Donna, because I love the idea that you see it for yourself that you have talents. And I totally agree with you that you have, I know you have talent. So keep going.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And it's funny because even though I can say that with confidence now, but a long time ago, like I said, and I think it's common probably for especially us women, with you're right what you said too, that we think, oh yeah, I'm kind of good at that, but we give ourselves, I think, excuses.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if we learn to tap into our natural talents, it's so true, we can help others. And
Mm-hmm.
I think along the way we kind of lose that. Like I had a talent when I was really little. I could write stories. I used to write short stories. I used to do illustrations, artistic work. I used to pretend, and this is funny, but as being a life coach, I used to pretend when I was about 8 or 9, I would pretend that I would get up in front of an audience, and of course, I had pretend people were there. I pretended like I had this audience, and I was talking to them. I don't exactly remember what. It was more like it was mindset stuff, but in a childlike
Mm-hmm.
manner. But I did do that, and I loved it, and I loved writing. And I grew up with I had that natural talent already,
Mm-hmm.
but then I grew shy, and I had people influence my life, like my peers, friends, and some, not my mom and dad. They were very supportive, but like other family members of mine would say, "Oh, well, you're not good enough. That's not going to work. That's silly."
Mm-hmm.
And so I think with other people that happens to, especially us women, we get shunned, or we get that talent put down, and they say, "Oh, well, that's just a hobby," or stop doing that. Get a real job. you know we feel bad, and then what do, right? We push it down, and we
Yes,
become those followers. Then we become those people like, yeah, well, I had that talent, but and
yes.
it is a disservice. You're very right about that. It is a disservice if we stop that natural talent, that God-given talent. But if we
Mm-hmm.
learn how, and this is what I teach, and even in my book, if we learn how to get rid of those limiting beliefs like that, and be our real self, show who we really are, our full talents, and not worry about what other people think about you. And that's one biggest thing, that the biggest challenge I had
Mm-hmm.
was worrying about what others are thinking about me. I was like, what do they think? What are they going to say? What are they going to, and I focused so much on that. And now it's like the complete opposite. I don't care so much what they say, what they think. I tell them
Yeah.
what's in here, not
I
what.
like that. I like that. I like that. I love that. Go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want you to, I
Yes.
want to, you know, acknowledge that because it's very important. And like you said, uh, we have so much talent too, but then because of what others say, what you see from others, it kind of tone us down, which is how can you be yourself if you do that, right? When
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
yeah, you have to be yourself. If, like you said, you mentioned, I love listening to you when you said, yeah, when I was younger, I do this because, I like to be in front of people. And you have a great imagination. At that age, you have already have something you want to do. How cool is that? How cool is that? So um, it's it's good that you have that at an early age, and The only thing is to make sure to continue. When you have something at an early age, continue doing it. Continue. And now you're continuing, right?
Yes,
You're
I
continuing to do that. Right. Good.
after a lot of heart searching and really rediscovering that, because I,
Uh-huh.
like I said, I pushed it down and I did the following thing and I got the job and I was in secretarial. I did a lot of secretarial work, administrative work, and it just wasn't my thing. I didn't feel there was always something inside me that felt like there was something more. And actually,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I forgot that part of myself per se, the act of writing. I loved always doing that, but I think I pushed it down so much in me that I had to
Yes.
rediscover it again. And it took
Yes.
to get to that point again, it took me a lot of very hard transformational work on myself.
Mm.
Not It was not an easy road for me, let me say that. There was a lot of hard things that I had to see, I had to go through, I had to rediscover about myself before I even got to that back to that point again when I
Mm-hmm.
was a little girl.
Yeah.
So it took a long time and I was so shy. I mean, even I would be like, someone would tell me, well, you need to do this, or they'd say something. I go, yes. I didn't stick up for myself as a kid. And I didn't do that a long time into my adulthood until I realized, wait a minute, there's something I'm not feeling right about this. And so that's when I decided I started to get into personal development. I started to get into just a mindset switch. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I not feeling, I wasn't happy. I mean, I was really miserable at all my jobs,
Mm-hmm.
except for a very choice few. But I was miserable. I wasn't happy. I didn't feel like I had a purpose. I didn't feel like I had a vision. And then what happened to me is because I was in the corporate world for, I guess, 14 years,
Wow.
and I just floated along, floated along, just doing the day to day thing. And I took a very bold move. My last job that I had, which was quite a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just decided I've had enough. I was sick. I was sick all the time. I got myself so stressed that I got overweight. I was sick. I was tired. And mind you, this one was I was younger. I was in my early 30s at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just made a bold move. And my heart kept pulling me toward being an entrepreneur, getting that kind of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't recommend people out there just make a bold move like that, because I literally quit my job and I went straight into working, trying to find stuff working at home.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem with that is up here, because I had the employee mindset and I didn't have an entrepreneur mindset.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that conflict
Mm-hmm.
caused me a lot of heartache, much learning, a lot of falling on my face to figure out where my purpose and where my vision really was, and figuring out, stop listening to all the junk that was going around up here and listen to my heart. I had such a disconnection with that,
Right.
and it took me years to get there. But I mean, once I found it, it's like, wait a minute, this has been with me all along. Like you said,
Yeah.
go back to your childhood. It was there the whole time. It's just
I was waiting for you to say that.
I shut it out.
I was waiting for you to say that. You had it all along because, that one, that's actually what you are passionate about when you were little. And it keeps nagging at you. I
Right.
bet when you were like, okay, I'm working, but something is missing. And so now that you found it, oh, good for you. Good for you. And now you're happy doing what you want to do.
Yes, definitely. I mean, when you get, and it's not everybody can, I mean, all of us have that chance. All of us
Mm.
people, women out there, that are feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm miserable, you can, I mean, anybody can find it. It's just you, the first step really, I think, is first of all trying to get out of your head. We're taught so many things, so many limiting beliefs, and the biggest challenge, I think, is the fear. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is the biggest thing I think that holds everyone back. I think I could safely say that,
Mm-hmm.
um, is the fear of the unknown, the fear of jumping into something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And what that fear is, if we can learn to get, and I don't like to say, you hear people say, well, um, learn to not feel the fear. I agree to disagree with that, because I think we have to go in and feel our fear first, acknowledge it, know that it's
Mm-hmm.
there,
Mm-hmm.
but then find ways to work with the fear, work through that fear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not going to totally go away, but if we can work through it and still do what we want and still do work with our passions and what we love to do, I think once you see the other side, you can say, oh, wow, I
Yeah.
felt scared. I mean, I'll admit, I felt scared to death to write my book.
Yeah. Basically, it does serve us both ways. The fear or the fear of doing it, like, and it's, I would say that it's pretty normal that we have to face fear in our life, but then it also propels us to do better because of fear. Okay, I hate or I fear this. So what can I do? Made you think, what can I do to overcome this? And a lot of times, some people, if they feel fear, they just don't do anything.
Mhm.
And for you to make the move, you are daring. I applaud you for that because what you did was, it was tough having to just quit and go to the unknown. It's
Mhm.
not easy. But
No.
sometimes in our life, we need to do that because that's when you will discover how amazing you are, how much you can do. When you're facing fear, that's when you really see your capability. And you did it, right? Wow, that's amazing. Amazing, amazing. Just to think about it, how many people can do that? Not many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all capable. I think
Yes.
we are, all of us are capable of doing that. And I think you're right. What you said, it is so true. When we feel a lot of fear, a lot of people choose to do nothing. That is so true.
Mhm.
And I really did that for a while too. I admit, I can fully admit that now, that there for a while I didn't do anything. I
Mhm.
mean, in my mind, I wanted to be on my own. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to work through and find what I really loved again. But I sat there for a long time and didn't do
Mhm.
nothing. I
Mhm.
didn't do anything at all.
Mhm.
And finally, and that didn't come without a price. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I even went through. I mean, my husband, he, while I was trying to explore my entrepreneur side, he was working full time while I was trying to get a business
Mhm.
going online. But I didn't
But
know what I.
kudos to your husband who is very supportive because not all husbands are supportive. So,
That's true. Yeah, I have
yeah.
to say he's been very supportive. And for those people that, I mean, that maybe their husbands or wives or whatever, they're not supportive, the thing I want to tell everybody is you can still you can still go out and do what you love and find your passion. I mean, I know having that support system there is a great thing. It's an
Mhm.
added benefit, but I also think that sometimes we need to be our own support system. If you don't have
Right.
support from your family or your friends,
Exactly.
and we need to learn to be our own support system. And I kind of done that. I mean, even though I have a very supportive husband and my family, um, for the most part, has been supportive. They didn't quite understand what I'm doing, but the thing is, I've also learned to be my own support system because I've had people come to me and say, "Oh, well, why don't you just go get a real job like everyone else? Why are you doing this?" And instead of letting that bring me down, because I did for a while, I'd be like, "Oh, maybe they're right, you know?"
Mm,
And I thought, no, I had to tell myself, no, that is their thought process, not mine.
right.
That is their
Exactly.
issue, not mine. I
Exactly.
had to, kind of separate what they were thinking to what I was thinking. And I thought, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, but this is what I want to do.
Hmm.
And I know it's not
Yes.
always easy, guys, and for other women out there, if you don't have a support system, find a place. Like, go online, find a support group. Or what I did is I listened to podcasts, right?
Hmm.
I went out there, and when I felt like I was not confident and I started feeling down on myself, I would plug in to positive podcasts, personal development. There's a lot of support out there that you can find.
Right.
So, yeah, be your own support system if you don't have any.
Yes. You are so right, Donna. Who can be your best friend? Who can be your best enemy?
Well,
You.
yeah, exactly.
You
Amen.
yourself. So
Yes.
you make a decision every day.
Hmm.
Would I be my best friend or would I be my best enemy?
Hmm.
So the best thing is to be your best friend.
Right. Because
And you can never go wrong with you being your best friend.
that's true.
Because, I mean, then if you love yourself, if you take care of yourself, then it's so easy to help others. It's so easy to love others, to care for others because you already is filled up with the love that you gave to yourself, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, you're so right to say that you be your own uh, support system. That's the first thing you can do for your believe in yourself,
Exactly.
and you are just doing good with what you're doing. I can see the passion when you're talking about it, how you overcome your journey. It's so nice to see how people talk about when you're telling your story because you lived it, you are so passionate about it and helping others. If today someone is listening, you're going through this journey and you heard Donna talking about it, we would love to see you, hear you that, hey, Donna has helped you because a lot of women, like us, go through that. And a lot of times we don't know where to go. And so we're here for you. And Donna can help you. Donna is life coach, a life coach. If you need help with your life, Donna can fill that up, right, Donna?
Yes, I definitely can. And this
So
is,
how do people reach out to you, Donna?
well, I am on Facebook, and I thought I have it down written down. I am both on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll probably have the links, but I'll just go ahead and give it to you. I can give you the links in a bit. But facebook.com /Donna, DONNA dot Erven, ERVEN .5. And I do actually on my Facebook page, I do a live once a week, and I talk about like just all kinds of mindset stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like sort of things that we've talked about today, other things that can help people. I do that once a week on a live. And I'm also on LinkedIn. So you guys can go to linkedin.com Donna, Donna, dash Erven, Erven. And then I have my book that was published on Amazon, and I can just give you, if you want, I can.
Yes, I would love to have your links
Okay,
because it will be included in the description.
okay,
That way, when needs your what you can offer to them and be able to help others, they can reach out to you
right.
directly. So yeah, that was amazing to hear. Your story is practically most people experience this. I tell you, most women, especially women,
Hmm.
experience this kind of journey because women always tend to be taking care of others. A lot of times women takes care of others, the kids, the husband, the family, or others, being in the community, helping you know just helping. And that's just because women are, we call it nurturer, so we
Yes,
nurture a lot of other people and then we forget about ourselves. So
yeah,
so yeah, we
and
need
so
we need we need time for ourselves too. So that's very important to remember. So Donna, I just have a last question for you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
wow. Well, actually,
Because I'd like, this interview is like a journey. Some of the people I interviewed are just starting. So a lot of times I love stories. I love to hear people's stories.
right.
And because of that, I want to see like maybe in 5 years we'll meet again, or if you have any, let's say you wrote another book, contact me and we'll put you on the uh, you know, uh, interview again, and that way you'll be promoted. Because I'd like to see the journey of each person who came as a guest, and that way people can see how life really uh, goes. Because a lot of times we see this social media, we only see that part.
Mm,
We didn't know where they came from. you know we didn't know how they went ahead, the before after, we only see that part. So
right.
that's my goal for this interview. I want to see the before and the middle, after, and how people have grown, because that's just the way life is. We start as a child and now we're older, right? So
Right.
I wanna see that. So if you have, let's say, if you decide to write another book, or you have something else going on with you, let me know. We'll put you here and share it to as many people as we can, because um, these are things people need to know. Mindset is very, very important. A lot of us are affected by the way we think, and we can do something with that. We can change that.
Exactly. And yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely intend on writing more books, not just this one. And I would,
Yay!
yes, I
Yay!
do.
So back to my question: where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I think, what the plan is, what I want to do, because I want to get my first program out there, the the bigger program that I'm looking at doing um,
Mm,
within this year. But like, I'm thinking big picture, something bigger than way bigger than myself.
dream big.
Masterminds. I want to be able to do masterminds really all over, and have like rent a place where people can come and enjoy everything,
Oh.
have a mastermind, have some fun.
Mm.
I love to do conferences. I want to be able to get in front of big audiences, have like conferences all over, like I said, little mastermind groups. And I want to be able to move to my absolute dream place, which
Um,
in Cottonwood, Arizona. It's near Sedona. I have
oh.
There is something about that place I'm drawn to. It's more than just living there. It's been a heartfelt, soul felt thing that is just drawing me there. I want to be able to set up there and live there. Currently, I'm still in New Mexico, but that is the dream, and just really help more and more people. And I
Yeah.
get so excited about these masterminds. It's just like that. I want to create that space for everyone where they can physically come and just have different sessions. And I mean,
Mm.
it's I've got so many ideas that it's
Yes, that's
unbelievable.
good. That's good. And I wish you well, I wish you get to your dream. And yeah, it's good to dream big.
Mhm.
It's free,
Yes,
you
yes.
know? Why not? Why
Exactly.
dream small when you can dream big? And if it's not coming so soon, that's fine. It's free.
Right.
But the thing is, you made the effort to do something for your dream, right? So I just when you were talking about what you want to in 5 years, have you ever thought about doing a vision board?
I'm sorry, doing what?
A vision board, like you have that dream, right?
Yes.
So I would suggest that you want to put it in writing, or you want to put it where you can see it every day and just dream about it, to make it embody in you that I really want this. And I would be really happy to see it happen. I want to see it happen, because dreams do come true.
Yes,
Dreams
they do.
do come true.
And I actually admit I did make a dream board, but it was quite a, well, five less about 4 or 5 years ago.
Hmm.
But I at that time I was still struggling with, I didn't really know my true passion and
Hmm.
vision yet. It wasn't revealed to me at that moment. And so the vision board I had was kind of all over the place. But
Hmm.
I need to revisit that. You're right, because things have changed in the 5 years, and I have such a passion for other things now. And that's a good idea. I've considered redoing it anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I want to see that day when it happens. I want that. I want to see that. Yeah, I mean, um, I have heard so many. I haven't started my dream board too, but I have, kind of like, okay, I did this and that.
mhm,
I'm okay. My life is okay. I don't, I'm contented. I would say, thank you, God. And so, but I want to reach the unreachable too. Like you said, dream big. And I want to do that. I want to start doing that because I've never, like you, I can relate to you because I'm kind of like you. I've never really have a vision and like okay, life is good. I'm okay. And
mhm.
I'm so easy to content. That's why. And so I want to, in fact, I wrote myself check for 10 million. Talk about dream big.
Yeah.
So I like that you mentioned dream big. So for everyone out there, hey, I want you to dream big, like Donna. Dream big. It's free, you can dream as big as you want and keep dreaming. Never, never, ever stop dreaming because there's always something good for you. And like we mentioned today, that life is a lot of times we have something we want to do, but then we get busy with life and
Mhm.
just forget about it. But revisit that. Go back to what you really want in your life. I wish you all the best. Hey, let me know if your dream board became true.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you. Thank you, Donna, for today. I appreciate it. Being one of my guests, I really enjoyed the interview and to hear you say a lot of things that resonates with me. And I know a lot of people can resonate with that too, because a lot of us don't see the talent we have. We just say, we'll just say, yeah, I know how to do that, but that's it. But hey,
Yeah.
uh, if everyone is happy, if you're happy because you're doing the thing that you do, how beautiful the world will be, right?
Exactly.
And that's what we're aiming for. A beautiful world because people are happy. And that's it for today, folks. I will see you next for our next episode. But I want to thank Donna for coming in today as my guest. And if you have any last words, Donna, I'll give you a few minutes.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for having me on this podcast. It's been wonderful to share, with everyone about they are capable, guys. Let me tell you one last words before we go. Dream big, even if you don't think you can do it. Do it anyway. Dream big. Take baby steps. That's
Yes,
how I did it. Take baby steps each day towards your dream. Don't let people tear you down with it.
yes.
Don't worry about what they think, what they say. You go by what's in your heart. You go by what you love, by what it makes you happy. Move forward with that. And I'll guarantee you, if you start working life from that direction, a
Hmm.
lot of things are going to change for the
Yes.
better. So
Amen to
thank
that.
you so much,
Amen.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you.